You ever feel that wave of relief when social plans get canceled? Or maybe wondered why a quiet night in can feel so much more restorative than a big night out? Well, today we're going to decode the hidden psychological framework that explains exactly that. It's called the Optimal Arousal Code. And honestly, understanding it might just change how you see your own social wiring for good. You know the feeling. It's Friday night, your phone buzzes, and you see this exact message pop up. Now, for a lot of people, that's a jolt of excitement, right? But for you, why does that simple, friendly invitation sometimes land with the thud of an obligation? That's the exact question we're going to break down in this explainer. So this brings us to what we can pretty much call the Friday night dilemma. You know, it's that internal tug of war between what society tells you is fun and what your own mind and body are actually craving.
Because, let's be real, as soon as that text arrives, your mind isn't at some new hotspot. Nope, it's right here, in your own space, with your own thoughts, just recharging. And believe it or not, there's a profound scientific reason for that. This feeling, it goes way, way beyond the simple labels we're often given. We're told we're shy or antisocial, but the scientific reality is something else entirely.
Society might slap these labels on you, boring, shy, whatever, but what's actually happening in your brain is so much more fascinating. Your quietness isn't some kind of social flaw. Science actually suggests it's a direct sign of high-level cognitive processing. Your brain is just wired differently.
Okay, so how is it wired differently? This brings us to the absolute core of our explainer, your brain on stimuli. This is where we really crack the code.
The key concept here is something psychologists call the optimal stimulation level. The best way to think of it is like a neurological budget for chaos. Every brain has a limit, a threshold for how much sensory input it can handle before it just, short circuits. That personal limit is the foundation of your optimal arousal code.
And this visualizes the core difference perfectly. The introverted brain is highly sensitive. Think of it like a really fine-tuned antenna that's already picking up a ton of signal from the world. The extroverted brain, on the other hand, has a lower sensitivity, so it needs to actively seek out more external stimulation just to reach that same level of engagement.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates the result. For an introvert, every social interaction, even a really fun one, costs energy. It is a total battery drain. But for an extrovert, that same interaction is a battery charge. It's why your friend can bar hop all night and feel amazing, while you might need a full day to recover from a 2-hour dinner.
It even comes down to our brain's reward system, dopamine. It isn't just about pleasure, it's what motivates us. An extroverted brain gets this huge dopamine hit from external novelty. New people, loud music, you name it. But the introverted brain, it gets its steady, satisfying reward from internal sources, like finishing a chapter in a book or solving a really complex problem. So, to be super clear, this isn't about being antisocial. It's really about cognitive efficiency. This is precisely why highly intelligent people often crave solitude. Their brains are already processing so many complex patterns internally that they need to eliminate the noise of social interaction just to think clearly.
Okay, this brings us to our next section, the energy of performing. Because let's face it, that's what a lot of socializing really is, a performance.
The great psychologist Carl Jung, he called this the persona. It's the psychological mask we all put on to fit in, to be agreeable, to meet the expectations of the people around us. And look, we all do it.
But here's the catch. For an introvert whose brain is already working overtime just to process the environment, maintaining this mask is incredibly draining. Seriously, it consumes a massive amount of cognitive energy. And it's no exaggeration to see it as a high-consumption activity. Every single small talk question, every forced smile, every moment of just navigating a loud room is pulling from a very finite energy reserve. And this is exactly why what looks like doing nothing is actually one of the most productive things you can do. When you're alone, you finally get to set that mask down. Your mind switches from that high-alert state of social vigilance into a crucial mode of recovery and deep strategic thinking.
Which leads us to the final, and I think the most important part of this whole thing. It's time to reframe all of this. It's time to talk about your quiet superpower. So the next time you feel that little pang of guilt for wanting a quiet night, remember this. Your preference for stillness is not a weakness. It is direct evidence of a rich, complex, and incredibly active inner world. It's the signature of your unique optimal arousal code at work.
See, this isn't about avoiding life. It's about making a strategic choice. You are actively choosing depth over noise. And that focus, well, that's the birthplace of creativity and powerful problem solving. You're choosing peace over performance, which allows for the kind of deep, authentic relationships that small talk could never build. And you're choosing essential recovery over constant vigilance. And that, my friends, is the master-level strategy for long-term thinking and true innovation. That's not a flaw. That's a superpower.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought. When you choose to stay in, what does that space feel like to you? Is it a sanctuary where you recharge and you grow? Or does societal pressure sometimes make it feel like a cage? The answer to that, it really reveals everything.